everybody, how you guys doing? My name is Moondancer. Welcome back to my channel. And I know, again, it has been a while, but there's been a lot going on with like everything. Like I don't even need to actually tell you guys, with all this COVID crap, that things are kind of hectic for everybody right now. But I've been working on another video tag just for you guys, and this one is called hashtag before and after the witch of 2020. And basically it's kind of like a where you were when you first started and where you are now, kind of like a here and there, before and after, and it's 15 questions. Trust me, I could have just kept going and going with more questions, but I decided to stop at 15. So let's get into those questions. Okay, the first one, question number 1. How long have you been a witch, a practitioner, or whatever you go by? Well, for me, I would say approximately 5 years. I couldn't actually put an actual year on it. It's honestly, it could be a little over 5 years, going on 6, because I started studying witchcraft and stuff before I was married, and well, we've been married for 5 years, going on 6, so approximately that's about the time, or how long I've been practicing too. So, and I go by a witch. That actually wasn't really part of the question, but yeah, I call myself a witch. But number 2, what resources did you mainly learn from? Examples: books, internet, or in person with people. Originally, I started reading books. I constantly had my head in a book, but my husband passed on his books that he got from his mom, so I started reading those, and then I bought some myself too. And then I learned about this thing called Amino. Well, I was curious, and I started, and I signed up for Amino, and I found the Hatchling clan, which I found that through one of Azure Dragonfeather's videos. So I guess you could say I learned from some videos too. But when I joined the Hatchling clan and some other communities on Amino, I learned a lot from there. So, from people's blog posts, and reading them and just talking to people, because there's plenty of chat rooms, I started learning a big portion of it from the internet. So in the beginning, books / internet is where I mainly got my resources. And if I had any questions or confused about something, I always had my husband to go to and ask for advice. And then I also found out that I also worked with a witch, so between him and my husband, if I had any questions or wanted to know about something, I could go to them. Okay, question number 3. How has resources changed since you started your chosen path? How, or are they worse or better? How? Honestly, since it wasn't that long ago that I became a witch, resources really haven't changed, and they're definitely getting better, for one. Because a friend of mine, he's been practicing for 20 plus years, And 20 years ago, there was hardly any resources at all. Like, because witchcraft was still majorly frowned upon, to put it nicely. So when he started, like, there was hardly any resources at all. So, like, we can really count, like, our blessings in that department, because we do have many resources that available to us, you know, especially for new witches. Like, I mean, there's numerous resources, books, internet, um, and it's not so much frowned upon. So there's less witches in the broom closet. So you also have people, like, to learn from too. So we should definitely count our blessings. Number 4. Did you expect to be where you are today in your craft? Absolutely not. Like, I have, like, transformed, like, so much in good ways, you know. And, like, okay, like, especially with shadow work, you know, I made the 30 days of shadow work. And when I made that, like, I figured, you know, a few people would, you know, find it interesting, try it out. But I did not expect it to go as far as it did, because it's literally 2 years later that I made that, because I made it in 2018, and people are still doing it. And, like, new people are finding it and doing it. Some people are even redoing it. And so, yeah, like, if you had told me back then that it was actually going to help a lot of people, I would have been like, nah, you're crazy. Something that I'm going to make is going to help people, you know. Yeah, right. So I definitely wouldn't expect that. And with I make medicine now, and I've made a lot of things that have actually worked, that have actually helped. And when I first started, I never would have anticipated that I was actually going to make medicine that was going to be successful. Like, I wouldn't have believed that either. Like, if you had told me back then, hey, you're going to start making your own medicine, and, you know, like, some of your friends are even going to, haha, you're the witch doctor, I'd be like, nah, you know, you're full of it. So, where I am today in my craft, you know, did I expect it? Hell no, I didn't expect it. But, you know, I'm very happy where I'm at. And, of course, I'm eager to learn more. So, we'll see, you know, like, do another video or something in a couple years, and we'll find out, you know, where I'm at then. Anyways, number 5. What's one of the best things you've learned since you started your path? Oh, goodness. One of the best things. Well, like I just mentioned, the medicine making, like, that's one of the best things that I've learned to do, because I have helped my family and friends, and, like, I've even made stuff for pets. Well, I mean, I have made stuff for pets. That's not one of the, like, usual things that I make. But that has, you know, my stuff has helped people and has helped me, because I'm literally almost 100% herbal. The only over-the-counter medicine that I still take is ibuprofen for headaches. And even that, pretty soon, will cease to exist, because I've actually have a 100% herbal recipe for ibuprofen, I still have to get the ingredients in like a capsule, like maker or whatever you call them. But yeah, like literally ibuprofen is like the only over-the-counter medicine that I take. Everything else is 100% herbal. And as soon as I get all the ingredients and everything that I need, like ibuprofen's even going to be out of my life. Well, provided that this recipe works good. And nine times out of 10, when I make a medicine, I choose to be the guinea pig. That way, if it screws up and, well, anyways, yeah, like if it screws up, I'm not hurting anybody but myself, because, yeah, let's face it, I don't want to be responsible for hurting somebody. So, and the shadow work, you know, that's played a big part in my life. So the medicine making and the shadow work are the two best things that I've learned since I started my path. Number 6, what is something you want to learn that you still have yet to do? I would have to say probably astral projection. Like I've attempted it before, and I've like almost been completely successful, but it's like I'm not quite there yet. And that's probably something that I would eventually like to be successful at, and probably getting just a little bit better control of my lucid dreaming. I do a lot of lucid dreaming, but you know, here lately, like since I've had like so much going on, like the move and this and that and getting settled in, like things are kind of scrambled up there. So like my lucid dreaming's kind of been probably a loose cannon. I've probably had more nightmares than anything. But yeah, astral projection and get better control of my lucid dreaming. Those would probably be the two things that I need to learn and work on. Number 7. What would you say is your greatest magical accomplishment since you started out? Well, the shadow work, because I'm actually really super proud of that, because I didn't know I was gonna help as many people as I did. And when I think about that, like it just feels like it fills my heart with awe, you know. Like I'm super proud of my 30 days of shadow work. And the second season, you know, didn't go like as bang, but I mean, if you think about it, you know, it's like a TV show. The first season's always the best, right? So, but that was a very good accomplishment for me. Like it makes me feel amazing inside that I can help somebody, you know, get out of that dark place that, you know, we've all been to. So like I couldn't even actually put into words how amazing it makes me feel. So I would say that's definitely one of my greatest accomplishments. Number 8. What would you say is your worst magical mistake or mishap since you started out? I know I've mentioned this one before in some of my past videos, but I just absolutely stand by do not take do not use a ring or necklace or any kind of jewelry that was owned by a Catholic person, and try to do a spell on it. Even if that's to turn it into a good luck charm, like I was trying to do. No, don't do it, because it will have the complete opposite effect, and it's more like a bad luck charm. So I stand by that. Don't do it. No, 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 no. Granted, it was my first spell, and I may have messed it up, and that's what happened. But it was my dad's, and my dad was a very devout Catholic. So I mean, just kind of add it all up, you know. And when you're doing spells anyway, you really gotta watch how you word things to begin with, because words have a lot of power, more than, you know, some people even realize. So any spell you do, make sure you word it exactly the way you mean it. So that's the best advice I can give you there. Let's see. Number 9. Did your family and friends approve of your chosen path? What about now? Well, my mother was not very keen on it. Honestly, I don't think she still is, because every now and then she likes to just pretend like it's not real. Because, you know, I have heard her make comments, oh, I don't know how my daughter knows all about those moon phases. You know, just little things like that. If that's what makes her feel better, then honestly, it really don't bother me. And my friends, they still love me. You know, they still, if anything, especially since I do make, like, medicines and whatnots, and, like, you know, hey, I got a problem with this. Can, you know, you make something for it? And, you know, and they love my Christmas presents because, you know, like, literally I make my own, like, bubble bath and lotions and lip balm and stuff. So if anything, they're like, ooh, yeah, we're so glad you know how to do this. So yeah, with my friends, and especially my husband, since he's the one who introduced me to it, yeah, they've never had a problem with it. Number 10. Are you happy with where you are in your practice today? Why or why not? For the most part, I am happy. With everything that's happened recently, I need to kind of get in touch with my inner self again and kind of get rebalanced. But other than that, I am happy with my practice, and I'm happy with, you know, like, the way I am, I guess. Other than, you know, like I said, I just need to take some time to and kind of get me rebalanced and get in touch with my inner self. So just, you know, unblock the chakras. Number 11. Does anything surprise you about where you are in your craft today? I mean, so I'm surprised, you know, like, again, about the shadow work, that after 2 years, you know, people are still doing it. And I'm surprised that, you know, you can label me, you know, the witch doctor, you know. Didn't anticipate any of those. Number 12. What were you best at in your practice when you started? What are you best at now? when I started, I was always, from the get-go, I was always good at writing spells, which makes sense because I've literally been writing poetry since like the 6th grade. Like, my 6th grade year, I took a like writing class, that kind of one of those optional like extra credit classes or whatever. Well, I took a writing class and like instantly like fell in love with writing poetry, and literally had been doing it since. So when I got into witchcraft, I learned that I'm awesome at writing spells. Like from the get-go, that's always been something that I'm good at. And like now, I'm still, like writing my own spells. Like I hardly ever like get one off the internet and use it. Like I've written like at least 95% of all my spell work. Like any spell work that I've done, I've wrote it. There's like just the itty bitty like 5% that I've used something that I found off the internet or whatever. And if I have, then because I thought it was really pretty or whatever. So, yeah. Number 13. What kind of changes, if any, are you planning to make with your practice this year? I want to do more inner work, and I want to work more with my chakras and, deep meditation. I really think that's important, and it is something that I've actually neglected. And you can start feeling that when like things are unbalanced or things need cleared out or whatever. So I would actually like to do more work with my chakras and meditation and just getting in tune with myself. So that's one of my big focuses for this year and like the coming, well, I'd like to make it like a habit, just just something to put into my daily routine, even if it's 15 minutes a day of meditation and chakra cleansing. So definitely that's on my to-do list, probably at the very, very, very top. Okay, number 14. If you could go back and do things differently with your practice, would you? Why or why not? Honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. Like, there's some things that, I still don't know or still need to work on. But with how my craft or my practice started and how it has slowly transformed into what it is now, I actually would not change. And so yeah, literally, like, if I had the option to go back and change anything, I wouldn't. Number 15. Altogether, how has your practice changed you as a person? Describe how. I would definitely say that since I've been a witch, I am a lot more in tune with the world around me, and like the beauty of the earth, and like even the beauty in like the most like smallest things, like you know, I've always loved nature. I've always appreciated it. But since I've been practicing, witchcraft, it's like I'm looking at the world with a different set of eyes. And like I see just how much is really there that I couldn't see before. And like I've been able to connect with the world on a different level than what I was used to. And I'm also more in tune to emotions too, like others' emotions, and be more, I guess, caring, yeah, I mean, caring, like, I've always been somewhat of an empath, even though, like, at one time I didn't even know that was a thing. But since I know, and I know what it is, like, it's also, like, gotten stronger. And so, yeah, I mean, altogether, I'm more in tune with the world and people and the universe, like, in general, like, it doesn't stop at just the world. Like, I can, look up at the night sky and, like, feel it, and, like, feel its energy and know that it's alive. And, that's really not something, like, I couldn't do before. And so I think the main thing is, since I'm now more in tune with basically everything around me, I think it's made me a stronger person, made me, like, a better person. And more caring, I mean, I've always kind of put everybody before me, but, like, now, since I'm more in tune with, like, how people are feeling and stuff, I'm actually more capable of helping them, because I know what it is that they're feeling, or what is that's hurting them or angering them. And so altogether, just, it's made me more in tune to the world around me. So, I mean, that's the best way to sum it up, instead of fumbling over my words and trying to figure out what it is that I'm trying to say. I still can't talk worth crap. Like, you put a damn notebook in front of me and I can write all day and be able to, like, express myself just fine. But if I try to actually explain it by talking, yeah, I sit here and fumble over my words all day. Anyways, that was number 15. And like I said, this tag is called hashtag before and after the witch of 2020. And I thought it was kind of cute, because then you can actually, like, stop and think about, like, your before and after. And, this is 2020, and I figured, we may not take the time to actually realize just how much we've grown. And this hashtag, well, will help you do that. So that's why I wanted to do it. And like I said, I could have actually gone a lot more than just 15 questions, but I figured I better just stop there. And if you're watching this video, tag You're It, and I tag everybody who's watching. I tag everybody in the Hatchling clan, because there's going to be a blog post of with this video in it, in the Hatchling clan. Every amino that I'm in the links will be below if you guys want to check us out, because we are awesome. Amino is a really cool place. You know, I'm in like 6 different like witch communities, and like I said, I'll provide those links below if you want to check them out. And I tag everybody that's in those communities. I tag everybody who sees my blog posts, and I tag everybody who sees this video. So tell me how you've changed from the time you first started till now. I hope to see your guys' responses, and I hope you guys have a great day. Blessed be, and don't forget to dance under the moon. I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. Think we're alone now. Beating of a heart is the only sound.
She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I've got a premonition that girl's gonna make me fall.